Okay, looks like I'm live. Hello, hello. If you're in the live, if you could just say a quick hello in the chat so that I know you're here, that would be awesome. I'll give it a couple of minutes, see if anyone else pops on. Tidy up my space a little bit so that way I am ready to go. All right, it looks like we have a couple people on, so I'm going to get started. I apologize for this reflection that's coming off the glass here. I just got a glass mat and my lights are really reflecting off of it. I didn't think about that when I got the glass mat, but that's okay. Hey Amy, how you doing? All right. So this is my first live of 2026. I'm going to be working on one of the challenges, but I figured maybe for anyone that watches the replay, because we don't really have a lot of people on just yet, I would just go over what types of challenges are in the group. Jessica made an awesome live video post in the group, and it's on her YouTube channel explaining where you can find all the challenges on the Facebook group. But I'll just do a quick rundown. Every month we have a monthly scrapbook challenge, and that challenge is created by one of the design team members. And every month a winner is chosen randomly from projects submitted for that particular challenge. We also have monthly card sketch challenges. Those are also posted in the group, the sketches, so you'll be able to see them. And those sketches are made by Amy and Gina. And then we have the 52 layout challenge for 2026. And what this is every month Michelle posts a list of prompts, and it usually is one prompt per week to inspire you to create 52 layouts throughout the whole year. So if you do one prompt a week, you'll have, by next January, you will have 52 layouts completed. So today I'm going to be working on one of the January layouts because I've already completed the January monthly challenge. And maybe before I start that, I'll just do a little show and tell. So the January challenge in the group was created by Jessica, and it's basically to add sparkle, bringing in the new year, New Year's Eve, lots of fireworks, sparkles, all that stuff. So to bring in some sparkle to your project. So what I did was I made this layout of my son when he turned 11 months, and I took the Scrappy Stars, which is, let me pull it out. It's an exclusive product to My Little Scrapbook store. We have the Scrappy Sprinkly Bits, and so I used these sprinkly bits that are called Scrappy Stars, and I'll just bring them up a little bit closer so that You can see. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Janice. Oh, okay. So these are the Scrappy Stars sprinkly bits. They're like sequins, but they're a little bit thicker. And so what I did for the January challenge is I used these to make a border going around 3 sides of my photo. So this is just one way that you can use your sprinkly bits to complete a challenge. I lost a star there. You know what? The colors of the sprinkly bits that I have go with today's layout. So I'm going to keep these over to the side. And let me get started with today's challenge. So today's challenge, I'm going to be doing week 2, which is to create a layout using a stencil. And I am going to be using 49 and Market Vicki Boutin Curiosities in Willow Grove to do a hiking page. And week 2's challenge is to use a stencil. So here, this is the stencil I'm going to be using. It's a Dina Wakley Ranger stencil. And what I think I'm going to do with it, my plan is to just put ink through it. And then I want to use a brown colored pencil. I just haven't decided which shade of brown would work best yet, to kind of outline these. I really love this stencil for hiking photos because it is it looks like rock cairns to mark the trails. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let me see. Oh, Amy's getting over the flu. Sorry, Amy. Finn had the flu over Christmas break. It was pretty miserable. So I can't imagine how you're feeling. But all right, let me get started. So I picked out 2 photos. These are very old photos. These are from October of 2016. I haven't gotten around to scrapping them yet. And I actually have more photos. This is when we went up to Sterling Forest and we hiked around there. So these are going to be 1 page, and then I'm going to make a companion page to go with it that has more hiking photos. In the Curiosities in Willow Grove collection, Vicki has a pack of papers called starters, which are really awesome because they're pretty much like ready-made backgrounds. Hi, Tisa. Oh yeah, Finn was better after 4 days. He bounced back like it was nobody's business. I mean, you know, that's what having the immunity of a 6-year-old child is like. You get the flu for 4 days and then you're back in action. But so these pages, while they're different, they're kind of not all fitting in. But it's they're complementary. So I'm using this as the left page of the 2-page layout because I like how the leaves are curving in, so I feel like it's drawing your eye in. And this is going to be the right page because this leaf is kind of drawing your eye in. So when they're next to each other in the album, they're going to really make you kind of look at the whole story of the 2 pages that are going to be, here. But I don't think I'm going to work on this page today, mainly because I don't have the photos pulled out. So I'm just going to work on 1 page, and then I will make a companion page at some point in the future, and I will post the picture of it in the group with them next to each other. But that's like something that's just really cool about these starters, is that there are pages that are meant to be like 2-page layouts. They're very complementary. Let me see. Oh, I'm getting lots of comments here. Oh, Michelle is making her dipped pretzels and Rice Krispie treats for the baby shower tomorrow. Yay! That's exciting for baby Finn. All right, let's pull it out. I pulled this Autumn Walk out from the chipboard pack because I thought that would be a good title. I'm going to cut the branding strip off of this, and I'm going to get my layers going. And then once I have my layers kind of situated, then I'm going to do the stencil stuff. So, because I don't want to do all of the stenciling and then have it be covered up anyway by my layers, which I am known for doing. So here we go. Baby fin. All right, let me see. Where did I just lose my pictures? Oh no, there they are. Oh my gosh. All right. So I think I want to bring in some of the dark green and some pink, because I have pink in my backpack, and some of the purple that's in this collection. I think that would be kind of like a cool color scheme with the pink and the purple and the dark green. So I'm going to go through my 6x8 pack and see what we have. There's a pink. I like that pink better. Green. Here's a mini version. I might save this because I also have a hiking 6x8 mini album that like our family hikes go in. So that would be a really easy page to put together. I like that. And I like that. All right, and then we're starting back up again. So the only one that I only have a single copy of is this purple here, because this is the back. This is like the bonus paper. It's the back of the, what do you call this? Like the marketing page on the front. So let's see. I feel like I like this green better than this green. So I'm going to pull this green out for now. So I have these 4 different colors. And then I want to look through the embellishments that came with this collection to see if there's any larger layering pieces that I can include, and I see there are some that are in this pack that are a bit bigger. Okay, let me take a look. I like that one, and I like that one. Oh, fresh air. There are so many good pieces in these embellishment packs. This should be enough to get me started layering. Move these out of the way. All right, let's look now. I don't have enough desk room on my desk for all of these goodies that came in this Happy Scrappy bag. All right. Let's see. These are some smaller bits, and I'm not going to use 3 paint swatches. I just pulled them all out, and we'll see what works. So let's see. All right, let's mat our photos. Oh, I have no adhesive out. Hold on, let me grab some adhesive. What's the date on these? October 21st. So I'm just going to mat these to bring in a little bit of this color. And I'm going to write down my date before I totally forget what it was. So what did I say? It was October 21st, 2016. All right, that is just so that I don't forget it later on. Right, and then I'm going to mat this on the purple, and so I'm going to automatically start bringing those extra colors in my photo mats. This pins down. Right. I think I'm going to go kind of a little bit overlapped and a little bit off. You know, not completely straight up and down. Do a little bit of layering behind, and let's add in some of this green for a little bit of contrast. So I'm just going to cut a couple of strips. I'm not even measuring, I'm just cutting them off. And I'm going to tear. And I am going to ink the torn edges, because this is, the torn edge is so bright white. I don't want it to be that bright. And let me see if I like it. Oh, I like it better behind that because it gives a little bit of contrast behind that notebook edge on that piece. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to tear it down shorter. That. Let me ink up those edges. Thank you, Amy. So this, I'm just using my favorite distress ink, which has been my favorite for years, which is the Vintage Photo. And I use this color for the majority of my inking when I'm inking edges. All right. So I'm going to adhere these all together in one big cluster, and then that way I can just put it on and off and see where I am laying out my stenciling. Here we go. Okay, that one is together. Now let's get this one attached down on there. I want this. How do I want this? Kind of like that. All right, so now I have this in one piece. And let's start with the stenciling, and then I'll go back and add in my title and embellishments. So I was trying to think of ways that we use stencils, and I was trying to think of a way that I have not used a stencil on a page. And so I thought, well, I do this a lot where I'm going to just put ink through it, but I don't often also use the stencil to outline. So let's give that a try today and see how it goes. I'm just going to roughly ink it. I just put a new sponge on this applicator because it was leaving little spongy inked flakes of sponge all over my projects. So I knew it was time to do a brand new applicator on here. All right, let me see, where am I gonna? All right, so I just need a little more ink here and here. All right, now I'm also going to do that down in this corner, but I don't want to move my stencil until I do my outlining. So I am just taking, oh, you have subtitles on. Okay, so the stencil is Dina Wakely Media Stencil, and it is called Dash Columns. I'll hold this up, and hopefully it'll show up on the screen for you. Oh, okay, it's kind of showing up. You have to pardon me. There is a delay with the Facebook Live, so when I'm doing something under my camera here, you guys are seeing it like 30 seconds later, so I never know. Yeah, okay, I like that color. So I am just going to take my stencil and my colored pencil, and these are just generic Prang colored pencils I got at someplace. Who knows where I got them? Michael's, maybe. They're very old. And let's just lift it up a little bit and see how that looks. Okay, see the little bit of definition that gives? It looks pretty cool, I think. And I'm just doing it very lightly. I'm not like really pressing down on the pencil hard, but it just kind of gives a little bit of a different look behind the photos when I have the stenciling down. So what challenges have everyone completed so far? I've seen that we've had a lot of people entering in for the 52 layout challenge, which is awesome. We always love to see what you guys create. And the design team does look at your projects when you guys post them, so make sure that you're sharing them in the group. Now, am I being careful when I do this? Absolutely not. I am just doing this quick and dirty. All right, let me put this down again and see. Okay, I think that that is good enough for this side. Now you can just see it gives it just a little bit more definition there, which is pretty cool. So now I'm going to do the other corner down here. Let's see. All right, so I'm just smushing some ink on through in there. And go back over it with the pencil. Make sure I'm not in frame for you guys. Now, if you wanted a bolder look, you could probably get like a fine tip brown. Well, it doesn't have to be brown. It would be whatever ink choice you're using, but you could use like a fine tip marker or a micro pen. Maybe even a gel pen would work for this to give you a nice thin line around the edges of the stencil. If you guys do try this technique out, let me know, because I'd be excited to see what you guys all come up with. All right, I'm just going to slide this on out. Just want to see one thing. Nope, okay. Move my stencil out of the way so I don't get ink on me. And I'm going to adhere this down now. What? Oh, these magnets came with my board. This is like a glass board that has a metal underneath it, so that way I can do stenciling and hold the magnets down. But I think my mom got me this for Christmas, so I think it's from Amazon. I know Michelle does have a glass board. I think it is a Tim Holtz glass board, if I am correct about that. Let's see. I'm going to ink these up because they're very stark white as well. I just want to give everything kind of a, I don't like to say dirty, but that's kind of the look I'm going for here, with just a little bit more rustic-y kind of color palette. All right, let's glue this down. Where is my glue? Okay. Oh, okay, so she has, okay, and she can also get the We Are Memory Keepers glass board if anybody wants a glass board. I just put this on my desk this week. I'm enjoying it. I just like having the magnets, and then I don't need to pull out my, I mean, this is what I can work on all the time, and then I don't need to pull out my, what is it? I got it from Michelle. Oh, my Wendy Vecchi art, make art station. It's like a metal 12 by 12, and that's magnetic too, and I use that for a lot of my stenciling. But now I have upgraded because I am at that point, I guess, where I have to upgrade my magnets for stenciling. All right, let me pull out embellishments now. Oh, and I have a lot of embellishments. Let's see. We have foil die cuts. We have stickers. I don't need letters because I already put my title down. I got laser cuts and icons and titles. Oh, there's little critters in here. Let me go through that because I like little creatures. Oh, and there's mushrooms in here too. Okay. Sorry, I get sidetracked by all of the interesting bits. Right, I think I want to use these. No, let's use the purple ticket. Set those aside. Let's go through this ephemera pack. Let's see what we have. I'm going to just make a little bit of room on my desk. I'm going to put these away. Sorry if this is not super exciting watching me put stuff back in the bag, but I need some room here. All right, here we go. Let's go through this. This flower is pretty. Oh, they have purple mushrooms. All right, perfect. Purple mushrooms, pink flowers, some green ferns. All right. Ooh, look at these apothecary jars and domes. And look at the books. Those are cute. I'm not into the antlers, but that's okay. Oh, and look at all the bugs. Love it, love it, love it. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what we have. Nope, that I definitely want. I like this one because this one kind of has a little bit of the yellow and it has some of the pink in it, so I'm going to take that. That's a purple leaf. Look at this beetle. I like that beetle too. Pink leaf. All right, that's what I'm going to take out of this pack. cleanup. Sorry for all the cleanup. It's just, these have so many good things in them. All right, let's look at sheets. This is a little bit more manageable to pull embellishments from. Oh my goodness, cute stuff. I always love any nature collections. Oh, I like this one. Here's another pink flower, but it's a little bit darker, so it has a little more contrast. And then we have that one. And let's take this one. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many sheets of laser cuts come in one pack, too. This is awesome. Oh. How about this? Another good day. And then this also has the notebook edging, so I can carry the notebook edging from the top of my layout into another location on the layout. Oh, these are cut aparts. Oh, nice. Okay. Sorry, you would think I had never worked with 49 and Market before. I'm acting all surprised by all of the stuff that comes in it. All right, let's look through this laser cut pack. So these are your cut aparts. And let's see. Oh, these are cool. These are not in the colors that I'm really looking for. Oh, this one kind of is. Let's pull this out. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. We will see. Why is this not detaching? This is very fine because it's like a little paper clip. So just be careful when you take these out of the packaging. I wouldn't want anyone to rip their, let's pull this out too. I wouldn't want anyone to rip their little paper clip on the top. I'm gonna, let's see what's on the sticker sheet. Because now if I do put this magnifying glass in, now I'm introducing this blue color. And I'm wondering if I can add blue in someplace else. So maybe I can use this, the story, although there's not really any story to it. It was just we had a day without kids and we went on a hike. That's the story. Yes, I love nature papers. They're so pretty. This is like right up my alley. That's why I probably am the record holder for the most copies of Fernwood papers out of anyone in my little scrapbook store history. I know that that is a bold statement to make, but I'm making it because I think that I probably do have, I must have 4 to 5 copies of each paper because I love it so much. All right, let's see how I'm going to layer this. So I definitely want this down here. But I'm going to pop it up on some foam. So let me just grab a foam strip. And then I'm kind of bringing in that texture down here. Let's see if I can get this more in frame. All right, let me start working on Oh, Fernwood was just, it was just such a good collection. Such a good collection, right, guys? Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, this is how I'm starting it off. I am going to ink up anything that has a white border around it. I'm going to ink. But first, I'm going to start gluing down. Yes, and that's what I thought. As soon as I saw this collection, I was like, this is going to coordinate with all of the leftovers from Fernwood, but I don't have leftovers because I went and bought like 800 pieces of Fernwood, and every time Michelle puts Fernwood in a sale, I buy more Fernwood. So I might have Curiosities and Willow Grove leftovers going with my Fernwood stuff because I have a problem. All right, oh, and this one. We could just add that in there, easy peasy, and then I have the blue in the two areas. Okay. I'm gonna pop that up. I don't want to cover the sign in the photo because I want to be able to remember what that trail was called. So let's glue this magnifying glass on. Is anybody watching anything good right now? I am, Aiden and I have been watching all of Stranger Things. He's really been getting into that show, and I had only previously seen season 1, so he and I are watching. I rewatched season 1 with him, and right now we are in the middle of season 4. Yes, all of the Stark White, yep. The collection like this, it just makes it not stand out. Like, see how much better this part blends in with the background paper? Then like this, it's like, oh, hello, look at me. Hello, look at me. But this is kind of like, it's just a little more harmonious, I think, when you ink blend in any of the Stark White. Trying to see where I want to layer this under. Like that. I don't want to cover up all of that peach. right, I'm going to leave this to the side for now because that isn't obviously, oh no, see, I say I'm going to do something and then no, okay. Let me work on this cluster. Oh, I finished watching all of Nobody Wants This. That show was really good. And you finished Stranger Things? It was good? Okay, I'm excited. I just think it's hilarious that now my child that was born in 2015 is singing like all of these songs that I heard when I was a little kid. And he's picked them all up because of him watching Stranger Things. Like the other day I caught him, and if he watches this replay, he's probably going to yell at me for saying this, but he was singing The Never Ending Story at like the top of his lungs. It was hilarious. But yet when I say, do you want to watch The Never Ending Story with me and watch a movie that mommy loved when she was a little kid, he'll be like, no, I don't, no thanks. Don't want to watch it. We still have this flower, which I think I'm going to put down here, and my little bug. I am going to double up on my foam under this flower so that it's a little bit higher. Oh yeah, they probably are. He hasn't specifically said that some of his friends have watched it, but you know, I think it's like the cool thing right now with the series just having ended. So let's see, let's add my little buggy in there. Okay. And this last cluster, and then I'm going to end it off with sprinkly bits and maybe some word strip stickers. The Wrong Paris? Nope. I've never even heard of that. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. We are gearing up to watch the next Game of Thrones series. I forget what it is. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. So I think that I'm not sure when that comes out, but I think that that's going to be the next thing. I mean, my kids are not going to watch that because obviously Game of Thrones is not a child-friendly show. But I think my husband and I are going to watch that one. Sorry, can you hear my brain going as I'm trying to like figure out placement of this and talk at the same time? I'm getting like frozen in my thoughts. All right, I'm gonna stick that there. Okay. Yeah, so Game of Thrones. I just saw it on Facebook. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, mate, who knows, but it looked like something was coming out soon, but I also know that they haven't finished what is it, House of the Dragon? About the series that was about like the Targaryens and the Dance of the Dragons battle. And season 2 was very, very slow. And I told my husband, I was like, I think this series covered only like 30 pages in that book. They did it so slowly. All right, so these two did not make it on the layout, and that is okay. I am going to grab some of these word strips. No, I don't know. I'm not loving these word strips. At least I'm not loving them for this page. I could do happy in the moment. No. Let's see. Could do the generic remember this. And let's see. Oh, okay, this one's kind of cool. Live rather than exist. I like that one. Ooh, picked up a second one. Live rather than exist. All right, and where will I put my journaling? I'll put my journaling right here. I feel like that's a nice spot for it. And then those sprinkly bits that I set aside and then proceeded to bury. I am going to use these evergreens rhinestones because I feel like they are going to bring that green. They're going to bring a pop of that dark green out of the layout. Let me cover this ink up before disaster strikes. Up. Have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me from Florida. You only watched season 1, Amy? Oh my goodness. A lot of seasons. And I've read all the books in the Song of Fire and Ice. That's the series that the main series was based on. And then I've read, what is it, House of Fire and Blood or something like that. Whatever the new series is based on. I read that book as well. But the original Game of Thrones television show goes past the 5 books. So it's one of those cases where they ended the story, but it's like, is that really how the books are going to end? I don't know. And there's always this like, like thing amongst the fandom that they're worried that the series will never be finished and that we'll never know the true way that the author wanted to end the series. So that's interesting, but don't get me started talking about books because that's for a whole different Facebook group, I think. Because I could talk about books for a while. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 clusters. And I want to put, like, I don't know. I'm going to have to look, we're going to have to lay it down and see how it looks. If I did like a 4th cluster, but I don't like 4. I don't like an even number. Like down here. Unless I do 2. Let's see. If I did like a big one and a small one, just a grouping of 2 there. What do you think? I think that would work. That wouldn't look too wonky to my eyeballs. So here we go. Oh, that's upside down. Come on, flip over. There we go. Ooh. All right. So there are my sprinkly bits, and that is my layout. Oh, I'm gonna have to unclog my tip here. Sorry. And I will bring this up to the camera so that everybody can see the clusters a little bit better. All right, here we go. So that's the layout, and you can see the stenciling done with the pencil. So this is week 2, the week 2 prompt for the 52 layout challenge. And thank you so much for watching me. Let me know if you guys try using a stencil with ink and a colored pencil. I'd love to see what you create. And I will see you guys soon. I think my next live is on the 30th. And don't forget, on the 21st, there's going to be a live sale. All right, have a great weekend, guys. Bye.